the first to know in Nsem-Pii TV.
For and Reverend John Nsem-Pii assign Akeka no bio eko akwakopiemu ewo Parliament na this time around there and ye den so pa ye be kaya Reverend John Nsem-Pii emrana na budanko kufuado ewo abem ya omo ene Sam George because of Sam George na omo opposition ti oji hinimu ase na budanko kufuado ensign anti LGBTQ+ bill no na bi ekoye bibia ho ema bill no yentimi ansign amachese eno akonko NDC amanyuko no edi ye campaign ema reflect 2024 elections no ema chese Sam George can say John Dramani Mahama the moment I be declare say wa win no na e be so any impe entekinu even a month or the ebe signing anti LGBTQ+ no na John Dramani Mahama any chance bia so be ka say on sign na abusa for ene 10th month mu ene we ya kon the 11th month John Dramani Mahama including Sam George na ababeye cabinet minister just in fact want me ensign anti LGBTQ+ and rather Parliament assign atmasi ene bill no Reverend John Nsem-Pii including on one kasa Sam George no ya kwakotwe no e de na ekọ akwakopiem Parliament say bill ni nie ye sign ba start bi bia foforo na this time around Reverend John Nsem-Pii say John Dramani Mahama ebe sign bill no abra wo powompo and say on delay kra name obe sign because eno na we campaign say obe sign ye wo ha na South African gays bi eba be pie wo man Ghana mu ha na Independence Square or mine monumental site say pa ye de LGBTQ+ for omo flag akwakogina na emema pa esan kese ye ho enne bill no asan asase bi wa say yasan are introducing no e Parliament ne ye ni bre nti ensema na empany for the gu apono so e fax anti LGBTQ+ bill yi ho.
Right now, tell us the key motivation behind reintroducing this bill, especially after the previous one lapsed.
Good evening to you and good evening to your viewers. In 2021, when the Afrobarometer survey was conducted, the report and the outcome was that 93% of our population indeed find our values, our tradition, and our beliefs in the binary nature of gender very important. They also find our values regarding marriage as between man and woman very important, and they consider the activities of LGBT and other dimensions of it highly repugnant to our values and what we stand for. And so for a matter that is at the heart and the passion of 93% of the population is one which needs the appropriate legislation to be able to adequately and comprehensively deal with the matter and to be able to ensure that we have that framework that sufficiently deals with any infractions that will arise to threaten that very value that is so important to 93% of the population. And when the same procedures were begun in 2021, we saw how this matter took public interest. There were various opinions on it, albeit its majority were in favor of the bill. But right from the outset, from the introduction, first reading, second reading, stakeholder consultation, all the way to second reading and third reading when it was passed, there were many legal battles. There were many lawsuits. Even when it was finally passed at the third reading, there were lawsuits that had injuncted Parliament and stayed the hands of Parliament from transmitting that bill to the president for assenting. And that matter went on and until sometime latter part of December, when election was gone and when the 8th Parliament was already almost expired before we saw finality of the matter. So it has gone through a lot of legal challenges. And now, as the 8th Parliament has expired, but the matter still remains one that is of utmost importance to both parties, NDC, MPP, and it's also very important to the overwhelming majority of Ghanaians. We have reintroduced it in the shape and form that was passed, and we have 10 sponsors. It used to be 8 sponsors in the previous legislation, but now we have 10. Honorable Sam George is still a part. Honorable Helen Ntonso, Honorable Bedra, they are all part. Honorable Tampuli, Honorable Kabiru, Honorable Tonemie, Honorable Eko Asifwa, Honorable Soa, all of them are very, although Soa are all very key parts of this bill, which has now been advertised on the order paper of Parliament and ready to be taken for first reading at any time the Speaker so calls for it.
Very well. Now, it's been some years, now it has been reintroduced. Are we still working with 93% of Ghanaians who are going with you, or now it's just a moral stance that you are taking? And is that also supposed to mean that we are just going straight with the bill as it was presented earlier? Nothing at all has changed?
Not much has changed. The substance of it is still the same. It was Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2021, and Freeman now it's Human Social Rights and Family Values Bill 2025. Of course, if you would find any change at all, it would just be some rephrasing and how the construct may have been varied and enhanced, but the substance has not in any way been altered at all. So it's the same objective, the same objects, the same regimes, the same framework, the same legislation that has been reintroduced. And the support that and the position of majority of Ghanaians has not changed. That position has not changed. And I do not have any contrary evidence to the effect that that position has shifted in any way. And so we are proceeding in that unanimous understanding and to unite our strength around it. We would urge at this point the media, the clergy, traditional leaders, CSOs, all who have consistently supported this principle right from 2021 when we began to renew their commitment and to renew that collective pursuit on the bill, because the purpose is the same, the need is still paramount, and even recent events have indicated that there is even more urgent steps that need to be taken. You recall recently when some two gentlemen who hold themselves out as gay couple visited Ghana and desecrated the Independence Square and some very sensitive, monuments of the state. They were all wake-up calls to the fact that Ghanaians still require this bill to be able to, restore sanctity and to maintain sanctity of our values. And so it's very much a priority and it's very much important to overwhelming majority of Ghana. And in response to that is what consistently we are pursuing this legislation.
Now, what bipartisan support, if any, are you receiving from MPs outside the initial sponsors, or now the 10 that you have?
Yeah, so we have 275 MPs, all of them unanimously supporting the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Speaker Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbane has been resolute, unflinching. In fact, he has been very much on top of his principles and has been consistent. He has supported the bill right from the beginning, and even now he is still very much supportive. All the 276 members of Parliament that are in Parliament currently, we have not had any indication from any member, any colleague who has a dissenting view. And just as we carried this bill through in a bipartisan way, with no dissent from any political side, and where we were able to pass this unanimously without a single member of Parliament dissenting, we have so far also got signals from our colleagues who are all in support. We are yet to receive any dissenting view. And so as the processes go through and as we really commence them, and as we go through the necessary stages of stakeholder consultation, or the second reading amendments, and eventually the third reading, if there are, or if there is any dissenting position from any of our colleagues, I'm sure they may bring it up. But for now, we have very strong indications from all of them that they unanimously support this bipartisan bill that is promoting the interests and the sanctity of our values as a nation.
Reintroducing the bill is now going to go through.
Yes, that's the process.
A fresh process. Okay.
That's how it goes.
Good.
Se parliament here be no more nwie. That's how parliament no ne tenure no eba wie ya. Osan de ikobio ma just osan kwosha ase foforo Sako through process ni nyina.
Na we me pa cho bua me kakra court asem na see dem wo bua na say
court dey.
Eno so ne we ni nyina we prekope.
Supreme Court no. Obu bua.
To train bra. Okay.
Good. Na Nana
Papa
any place person as a kufu ado na so so kan this do the was in brand why you mo was ba or show letter or kada mo mfa ibi also embra why de no no order che o man paying o hwe o sign. Well, they are entitled to their opinions. Na o man paying o bezi o man paying osia da obobo constitution obobo no mbra obepeja who would uphold and defend the constitution. Uphold and defend the constitution on ye the otin wa cho da odo kala o ye na sazi the constitution mbrekunyi na onam do mo ba ye o man payin ma mbrekunyi no kan ono odo di ejuma. You may want to twist it anyhow. Nana say obi etwa na more than samako court. Now wa serve wa attorney general. Attorney general is the chief legal officer. Ono to abanafo. Okro courtin. Or the courtin kata wuma ohonya da abadan wa attorney general. Na attorney general no to from there. Look, asemi wake at the court. But the woman ba. O ma payin. Enkeda eya mawa mawo bodo epe na ye. O say why endemi? O ma payin goes ahead and assents the bill. Then he makes the court case moot. No chala court now osuwan mfasu biara nyi ho. Na aka bibi tire. NDC enya ye propaganda di. Enya propaganda atur awa ban powder. Enti enya de yaduma ye di enti yanka. Na mom no kwa ne de ombo ebira. But any responsible president who has sworn to defend the constitution when a matter is sub judice on what court assembly the court na some signer in the court no so there because then it renders the matter moot mfatu bi anyu the whether some court enti enye da wo sentiments enye da ya wanyam bran fama he na mabumbrado mebumbrado na ma hwede ma ho pen yaye. That's not how to run and to manage a country. Adibiara ye biara oyambra. Enti ekufado odimbe no di adwuma the attorney general abaka cha nde asem na kedi court ombumbrado no nya sebi o court na judge fo onye ho sebi o simpempemfo. That's not how to run a country. So, if she said that, you do quite, I do mean no, LGBTQ or you be before fra, obey also as an individual, obey when the door. I wasn't sassy. I'm saying there, in this another scenario, on your LGBTQ, it's another matter. A matter which also goes against what you think that is your right. And on the basis of that, it's an more the court. Now, I can the president name that sign. Your point is that where can the president name or you know there it's an more the master mean to that court. President should not look at it that way. We can't run a country that way. Now, it also a Mahama. Then, you make a sign there. He will introduce it. Let me go to graphic online. Graphic online. Now, dating here way back February February 2025. 2025. I have always known President Mahama. I have known him too well. Oh, Mama. Oh, my goodness. There are many Ghanaians out there who, unfortunately, I forgive them that they think that they can trust President Mahama. Way back, February, these were his words. The government is currently in talks with the Speaker of Parliament to reintroduce the promotion of proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill 2021, commonly referred to as the anti-LGBTQ bill. President Mahama, who made this known today, Friday 28, 2025, said, this time around, said 2025 February, said this time around, the government plans to sponsor the bill itself rather than leaving it to private members. And this comes after the bill was passed by Parliament of February. So, way back in February, I was sure that Madam Kaba Sofokan, the Nika say on ye a sofo baba kan, I know ye a coin on ye the paying quackata or motsi. On no general do more the two about the man or Mahama and this fool. And no sign so about your man paying way back February, the second month after he's been sworn into office. And no share border currently. Yeah, discussion. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Currently now can young who know when she to the extent there. Now the bill is still coming in the name of private members. And if you are listening to me on this platform and you think that you can have a basis to trust Mama, then I'm sorry for you. If you can trust, I'm very, very sorry for you. Nana, Masida, I'm paying for our mind. I saw for I say, Henanum Camafo, Open Shake, no Sharabutu, and paying for. I am for. Hey, na, your bookie. It was a constant campaign for well over 1 year. Well over 1 year. But Adukra our with Ghanaians and Asofu Asamba. Yes, Soma. You want to get it to its logical conclusion. Yeah, James. So that is where what for here politicians, what for here there, what for now. And we Ghana for the bottom of one. You have remained consistent. And that on that, no, in fact, full salute, 21 gun salute, 21 low down press ups. But then you have them all. I told you. Now, say, go back, recall, go look to the videos and voices and the joining together and all of those. Painfully, na yense won kebi. Is there any question we may want to ask? Ask me, say. Nebi also, Oshiam Dam Painfully, Oshiam way back in February.
And ne kwakra ni saying.
Ne kwakra can say that. I have never trusted President Mahama. I am not trusting him. I don't have any basis to trust him. And I can assure you. Nana?
Not even on the evidence or the basis of Nema Oye.
And quick one. PSA, look. Amemu, woman fans, Amemu. You can't fans, Amemu. PSA, look at the movement of the city. So I can't. The director, IMF director for Africa, a can reporter, Okekeshia governor or Washington reporter, why he was being diplomatic, but warning. I have the report here. Remember, if you can see to the Melkasaro, Nana, every move to Imrana Metro, Sua, Go and then read the report. You have a governor and finance minister, not a political governor, not a political finance minister. Quite nana. Ma why in there? Your preference, what my fans? Who? Gas.
Are the finance minister and so you're not a prosecutor?
But you don't know.
No.
Oh, Nana. Finance minister is a no prosecutor minister. He was also freed on the grounds on the basis of entering of no prosecutor by the Attorney General. You don't know this?
No, but make us also file no prosecutor.
Oh no, but no prosecutor.
And
the governor didn't go there too. I'm saying that there are no prosecutors. Nana.